right now, let's talk to Andrew Montford, the director of Net Zero Watch, because we just want to move the dial slightly over to something else that's going on, because, of course, Ed Miliband continues to wreak havoc with his net zero policies, and we keep being told that electricity prices are going to come down in the winter, then we hear they're going to go up. Andrew, very good morning to you.
Morning, Mike.
You've got a tweet out there in which you're explaining exactly what the breakdown of the new electricity price cap is going to be, and it's proving basically that it's not gas that's costing us money, it's the net zero policies that are costing us money.
Absolutely, yeah. So Ofgem publish a whole batch of spreadsheets breaking down how they've arrived at what the price cap is, and I've spent quite a long time digging into these. It's a bit of a rabbit hole, but eventually, if you keep digging, you get to the bottom of it. And what it shows is that once you've taken inflation out of the equation, the increases in your electricity bills are almost all due to net zero policy. What Ed Miliband is saying is that it's something to do with the price of gas, and that just isn't true. If you want, as I say, once you've taken inflation out, your electricity bill has gone up by something like £280 over the last 10 years. Now, much more in sort of headline terms, but £280 in real terms. Of that 280, 180 is net zero costs, is sort of subsidies to wind farms, all that sort of thing. On top of that, you have the cost of strengthening the grid for net zero. That's another £50. The contribution of gas is just, it's less than 20 quid. It's almost nothing now. Gas prices have come down. So the message that we're getting from Ed Miliband is essentially disinformation, and we should be calling it out.
Yeah, I mean, how much longer are we going to have to put up with this government just coming out with lie after lie after lie? Because they do it in almost every area. You know, I mean, just yesterday, and I was explaining this to Wes Streeting, you know, Keir Starmer was banging on about how, you know, they've created all these jobs. But actually, no, they haven't created any jobs. They've created what they call an atmosphere, an environment for creating jobs. It's not quite the same thing. GB Energy, another amazing, you know, achievement that they've made, means nothing. It doesn't do anything. You know, it's a waste of space. They keep banging on about 4 million new appointments made. You know, they're not 4 million new appointments. They're appointments that are being made and then cancelled.
Yeah, I mean, we could be talking for hours, couldn't we, about all the lies that have come out.
But I mean, have we sort of entered a new era of politics where politicians just tell lies and expect to get away with them?
Well, I think we've actually been in that era for quite a long time, but I mean, I think this current government are particularly good at it, if you like. But and in fact, it's not just the politicians; the civil servants are doing it as well. Whitehall produces incredible disinformation in the area of net zero. You shouldn't believe anything that the energy department says about, I don't know, the costs of wind farms or anything. It's just they just make it up because they are, like Ed Miliband, zealots in the cause of net zero and decarbonisation, and they think actually it's a white lie, if you like, to lie to the public about it, and it genuinely isn't. It's causing enormous damage because we're making the wrong decisions about our future because people believe these lies.
Yeah, and I mean, that is the problem, because more and more people, I was talking to Jeremy Carl the other day, he was at his son's school, where they had some BBC sort of so-called comedian making a speech to the kids, talking about net zero as if it was the most important thing in the history of the world, and that they must absolutely press on and fight for the net zero, you know, sort of ultimatum, if you like, because otherwise they would be treated as pariahs in society. And that's still the message in most schools, and that's still the message in most universities.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my kids had that as well. I mean, my boys' school brought in, you know, one of the world's wildest environmental activists from Germany, and he was invited to address the whole school. Now, somebody like me would never be allowed in to give the opposite point of view. You know, this is indoctrination. It is not education. And this is true right across schools, right across universities, across, if you like, all the sort of the academic institutions, the media, most of the media, I mean, present company accepted, but the BBC are never going to allow somebody like me to give an alternate view on net zero. I mean, they absolutely would not. They are propagandists, not journalists.
Yeah, exactly right. Shocking state of affairs. Andrew, good to talk to you. Keep up the good fight. Andrew Montford there, Director of Net Zero Watch.